Well, I guess we need to go for a review, guys. I am kind of lost. Who wants to give me a review? By the way, if you feel like to see more of these videos, just feel free to leave a follow, subscribe, and if you want to see me playing on Twitch, just go to twitch.tv/MegaDragonoid. It's a free of charge, and if you want emotes to use, you can just use $5 per month to get a subscription. Now to who wants to do the review for me, that shall be nice, because I am totally brain lost.
Well, as far as I can make out, somehow Officer Meekins saw someone go into the evidence room who was possibly using Bruce Goodman's ID card. We don't know if it was actually Goodman, though, because the video footage we just saw, it wasn't very clear. But there was definitely a scuffle, and there was definitely someone who was attacked. It looked like Bruce Goodman got away, if it is him, indeed. I don't know for sure yet, but it looked like he got away, but he seemed to have mysteriously got past the camera without being seen when leaving the building. So that's the biggest question on my mind. How did the person leave?
And most of all, here comes a little problem on my end. Goodman was somehow hurted on the right shoulder. Not in the left chest, on the right shoulder. As we clearly remember, Goodman was dead in the trunk in the left chest.
That's right.
There are two elements missing now.
He got stabbed once and then stabbed twice. The second stab was deadly, his kills.
Yeah, but again, he was killed twice, same time, different locations, same day.
I still hold strong to the idea that the blood that we saw in the evidence room on the floor
is actually
Meekins. I believe it was actually Meekins' blood on the floor, and Goodman wasn't actually attacked. He wasn't killed in that first situation. I believe he was actually perfectly fine.
Yeah, but as we remember, that particular person that went into the place that is somehow referring as Goodman was hurt on the right shoulder.
Oh, also another thing to consider is this whole thing of someone being in two places at once. We haven't thought about that yet. How can he have gotten from the evidence room to the underground car park in what was supposed to be 30 minutes drive in less than 60 seconds? It's not physically possible.
Indeed.
So that to me means that there's actually two people possibly disguising themselves as Bruce Goodman.
And with two ID cards.
Yeah. So maybe
And I want to just double check something. Can I? No, I can't see him, sadly.
His face can be clearly seen on the video.
This is him talking, remember?
But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do.
That is another thing too. How did they do that if it was Goodman in the start? If it was not someone that was sorry. How did they do that if it wasn't Goodman?
Can be somebody in disguise as Goodman, I think.
But they would have to.
I have a theory. I have a
well,
theory.
there is also a possibility.
The glove, guys! The glove!
Yeah, the gloves.
Yeah, the glove would have his fingerprint DNA on it, and they could use that somehow on the door.
Yeah, you know, if somebody's in disguise of that person, he can take the fingerprints from his part, what he actually have
And
touched, and he using that to open to use the fingerprints on the locker, so so that person can caress or something. It can be possible.
or what if, and this is just an if, like they use something like an remind yourself, a fingerprint stays for several couple of days or time on a particular place, even on a machine. So what if they use something like a particular kind of paper that actually touches the same device, and you're holding your fingerprint as well on it to, like, giving the pressure on it and the heating pressure.
Yes.
But because there's a paper between it, it's recognizes only the fingerprint that's actually on the machine itself, not the one that's giving the heat pressure off.
Yes, that's also possible.
I'm just thinking along.
Mm-hmm.
And there goes again, spanking on his hand.
Locker! He opened this incredibly Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him! Nobody else can open the lock that! Shut down that system, dude! There is no need to use the microphone. I don't understand. Everybody is getting an ear rape.
Indeed. Okay.
Want an ear rape? Now available by Danny MegaDragonoid.
Well, at least this one is closer. What is this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean a victim at the crime scene should have been the Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead. Everything will begin with a contradiction. That's where I have to start. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. However, the most important detail is not shown on this video, the man's face.
Sir! If I may say something, sir?
Please do, after all, you're the one he being examined.
And the right man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that wanted to thrust his knife into my body, sir. That's justified enough to this, sir. Calm the tits down, dude.
Put that microphone away! Or
Calm
megaphone.
the tits down.
It keeps hurting my ears.
You'd think someone would take that megaphone away from him at some point.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Is there a problem with the videotape? There is a problem. According to the videotape contained on this tape, there's one thing that's particular that seems rather strange. Strange? Occasionally leaves the possibility that The man has not have been Detective Goodman. What? But the video contains such a contradiction.
Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
This was
yes,
Angel.
Mr. Ellsworth.
It was Angel.
I suppose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
He would have me to point it out? Okay. Very well, the proposal accepted. Let's further inspect this piece of evidence. I will play this gritty tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video. For the first time I ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up you can fast forward, rewind and pause the video. Just take a good look.
Oh,
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. You would say you're breaking it from by your own blood.
Did this guy ever become a police officer? Then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Okay. Before Goodman walks over to the left side, take a good look and let's light it up.
It's already lit up, which means it's already open.
Means it was open, Goodman locker was lit. It was a...
Is the screen lagging?
No, I paused it. The thing that's strange about this tape should be this. Oh, hold on a second. I have to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. And will you mind if I borrow your eye medicine? Don't look at me with those berry eyes.
Before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think this through again,
What should I do? Play the video again. Very well. Let's try this again.
Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt.
Says the one pointing his finger at us.
I will play your security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. Point out the problem in this video. This has to be the
I think
first
you were supposed to click on the actual light,
You
bro.
can do it, Mr. White. Set up as if you fast forward, rewind and pause of the video.
We already know
take a
this
good look.
actually. Oh,
Please don't turn around many times. I got a faint, a burp, and puke, and I can't stand my own blood.
Try pressing on the actual light, bro.
but it's not indicating a color. And I did press it there
No,
once.
okay, just...
Before Goodman walks, look at the camera, light it, it's lit up. Point. It means it's well, Goodman.
Hold it.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna just do it again. The thing that's strange about this tape has to be this. Officer Meekins.
Sir? Do you mean me, sir?
As I understood, the locker apparently works like this. Why is this music playing? Is the game glitched? You grab the handle, a sensor reads your finger. If it match, the light turns on and the lock is released.
according to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is serious wrong with this picture.
Stupid music.
Beep, 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 beep.
Watch. And
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little bit earlier.
You'd think that music would play backwards.
Yeah.
that's all. He's wearing gloves.
Not only
Is he?
gloves, look at that. The lid is still on. Here,
No
notice the
dice
light?
to light. Yes.
What's this? It's already lit. Finally, thank you!
Thank you, sir.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Again! Ah! Order, what's the meaning of this? Very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know, it must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not expert in this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor will detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well, it sure goes to show novices keep their mouths shut. Then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why was the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, it isn't actually my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor.
Something jammed the sensor, say? Something else seems to be out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker was unlocked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause of... Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm just going to fast forward a bit so we have less to listen to this music.
There falls something on the ground.
Got it. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh no, not again. At least the music is not playing. Thank you. I'm glad the music isn't playing. Whoop. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
That's what's in... Yes, sir. It's been my experience to things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out of all.
That wasn't me! We can't be sure that that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. But what if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Like an example, what happened to the scarf in the muffler of the car?
Something that would jam the door open.
Indeed. Inserted? Can this tape just go gone?
Da-dee-dee, da-da-dee, da-dee-dee-dee-dee, da-dee-dee-dee. Blah, 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 blah.
The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
I understand now, sir. Just like my tie. Throughout the 2 times it got stuck in the door when I get out of my hands off the vehicle, sir.
I read carefully what it said. He said like, when I tried to leave my car, I was like choked by my own tile. The object should have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene? There just might have been something that fits the description.
But sir, my insulator.
That wasn't me! I haven't pressed this time. I think I finally got this figured out. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? Well, this is a lady that was stuck in the locker. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. I present the rubber glove. I found this near the locker. It's a tin rubber glove. Well, we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has the tag saying SL9 accident 11.
Incident.
Hmm.
The video seems to be despite the victim putting the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp insisted to this. On the day of the crime, even I should have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins?
Be right back, guys.
Okay, order. So we were to believe then that the victim, who was the witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Ashworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
You're right on time.
Sir, sir. I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir.
Hmm.
That's sir, of course, sir.
Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. And here we go again. Kunk.
Mystery Man, Part 2. There's one another thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card was used, there was a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Okay. ID card record, I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor.
But who is that first person with 77777777?
That's me.
And also,
I guess it doesn't really matter.
it can be also the first person that actually... Wait.
Maybe that first person was who put that glove there to open the... Oh, but then that wouldn't really make any sense,
The angel
would
or the cowboy.
Hold a minute. Hold a minute. What if Gant, because he's head of security, or let's say just that. Just keep it like easy.
The weirdo.
He actually used something to do all of this. What if it's that?
You think he's influenced this whole thing from the get-go?
Hmm?
I mean, it's possible.
Well, he's the only one reasonable. He gave us an ID card without problems, without concerns.
Yeah, it was fairly simple. In fact, what is the number on our ID card, by the way?
Not there.
Convenient.
Yeah. You said this already, bro?
Oh, sorry. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, there's one thing that strikes me usual. Therefore, other cases should have been due for transferal. Why is there so few people using this room?
That's
A dance
actually
party.
the point.
A dance party.
That's a really good point from him. We're missing a lot of info. We have only 5 people, actually 4 people been using this location. And it's supposed
One person twice.
Yeah.
And I still can't work that one out. How can Meekins have used the ID card twice?
Oh, that's...
Once to go in and once to go out? Or is it just once to go in?
It's only when you go in. Out doesn't count.
Only who has been truth there. Enter that room only.
Yeah. And the device is supposed to be active.
The only thing that is like sign in, sign out is by very companies when you're visiting them. You need to sign, of course, your name, your surname, and the date and the time when you are entered. And when you're going out of that building, you need also log out by name and date and time.
Yeah,
of course, when you're leaving.
A lot of things are...
This kind of a case is just only who enters that room. It doesn't matter who is logging off.
Yeah, but what most concerns me still, I hope I can actually re-look. Okay, take a good look here. I know it's like as we keep looking at this tape, there's something that I really misses. We see Goodman right here now.
Mm-hmm.
We see him using his locker. Or actually, what's supposed to be his locker. But we can't see his face. As we go here, we see Meekins. Going back again. He gets hurt. And there is he wounded on his right arm. That's all is left. And we don't see anything anymore after this. As we wait, Goodman has still passed by. While Meekins is lying over there. Door opened. Well, where is the doer? Where is the dead person?
Yeah.
He escaped.
And as I recall, as we look here, there is no traces that probably have been every time there. No lines where possible victim was lying.
There's still one thing I don't understand. We saw blood on 2 different lockers that were not in front of where Officer Meekins was attacked.
True, but
So,
remind at this point. Where here is he seeing the blood. The one particular blood area we're only seeing. We see there was a lineup where the body was supposed to be lying.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We have seen that a couple of times now. We never missed that part. Where is that point?
Yeah, that's true. There is no body line in the
Evidence room.
in the evidence room because the body went missing.
Yeah. But it can't be a 30 minutes difference. Because they were in the same time and Edgeworth was already back where he was supposed to be. Where does there are so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on the end.
Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. Okay.
Mystery Man 2.
And we're going to skip to the second part. Press it. That card hanging from your neck, one of these ID cards. Sira?
Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here, so I won't ever forget it.
What if someone were to steal it from you? Keep it out in the open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me.
Maybe I should leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer has only 1 ID card.
My dog came in.
Oh, that's nice.
Both the
Gosh.
police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony. Not to be noted that this is a record with this referred to. Let me see. Yes, this will be it. Detective Goodman. What? Huh? What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here.
So it is, Your Honor.
Oh, is he the 777777 one?
No, his name was already on there. It should seem the current committee will want to speak with you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination.
Oh, okay. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, it must be difficult for him. Oh, time!
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife.
He pulled a knife on you, yeah. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir.
Give me a moment, I'm cleaning a little bit of the mess pings I'm getting. I hate when that happens, like, it really messes up my system. There we go. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was to show it to you. There shouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
He just panicked.
Every time Sims from the constellation, let's point out, pardon me.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
Like, what?
The problem with his ID card testimony is far too obvious. I feel like Edgeworth is trying to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we got.
Wait a minute, huh? Oh, the camera doesn't show the moment of... Huh? Okay. Okay. I'm not sure am I doing this correctly. The evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in the statement, Your Honor. Dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got a penalty again. Meeken's second, third, or fourth.
Do we get something?
Oh wait, I pressed the wrong button. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not good at waiting, sir.
I have a victim ID card right here. Found it at the crime scene. That will make sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office.
Uh-oh.
Your Honor, I have another piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding to the victim's ID card. A lost item report is only half complete. It shows that the detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the other day of the crime, the Detective Goodman wasn't not carrying his ID card. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much stuff. And Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room is not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. That's maybe why we didn't see him leave. Order. The prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo.
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 PM on the day of the crime, The man in the evidence room Officer Meekin's accountant was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes? What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
Well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
This is going to end well.
Well, it seems you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Ah! I know the testimony was way too stabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Meekins encountered? Where did this person disappear to? However, his trial purpose to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana.
What do I do? What am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Objection! One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Of course not. I'm almost walked into a prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This accusation have proven one thing and one thing only. Security did not show the actual murder. What if the murderer, or actually the person that was actually hiding behind the blue badger? Wait. You cannot say that the wrong related to the murder is in the parking lot. Basically, a large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defendant demands a further examination in the truth of matter. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Prosecution.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
Might be my chance. Time to call the Texas Ranger to the stand.
Mr. Wright, do you mean?
Your Honor, defendant like to request a specific witness. Who you might have in mind? I want to actually double check something. Just to double sure. I wanted to check if the code was already there or whatever it was. Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth behind the activity that took place in the evidence.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person who will have to testify. What is his or her name? Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
Can't let Azure know everything just yet. In charge of the evidence. He's in charge of the evidence room. We will hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30 minutes recess while the witness is... Well...
I actually don't know that word.
Okay.
Subponade? Subponade? I don't know what that means.
Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? Real?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess. Oh, I'm really pee today. Skipping this part. Yeah, there we go.
There is no stopping you, is there, Mr. White?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana? You're the one who knows everything. Emma? You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. White is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Huh? Huh?
Oh, yes I am. I will come back later.
Okay.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? Got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. On top of that, you called me here. I have seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey. Hey. I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Scott.
It's okay, so... Have you brought what I ask?
Oh. I mean this, right? Yes, I was a
That's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. I apologize.
I apologize, Detective. due to my present circumstances. I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Should I bother you bringing the files? Bring me the SL9 into the files. Need them by noon. Talk about crazy. Some of my friends.
But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do as well, read them.
I don't believe you. The chief prosecutor were witness in this case. Sky, Sky was a witness? Take it from me, pal, you don't want anything to do with your murders. Oh wait, now that I have brought you the stuff, you're going to ignore me? Well, why? Why is your name in here?
Sira?
Sira.
What? My name is in there? I don't know, unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that? That's the classification number the police filled in under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it was the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark? No, Lana!
I'm away. No, she ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta go be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Grant, Miles Edgeworth, Dimension Lana and Emma. Man is involved in this case connected to those killings 2 years ago. It can be just a coincidence.
Knowing you must be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trail, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
Let's take a good look at this file. I need to go to the toilet very bad. Be right back.
Do not piss over the toilet.
I'm not planning to.
Save your progress up to this point. Let's see. No one. Map. Somebody had to have any piss there.
That was a high piss.
Pissing moment. Literally.
Point.
Pluto. Do.
Really crazy. Okay, let's get to you. Oh, never mind. Victory.
What now?
Oh, we continue.
Okay. For how long?
Like a 30 minutes still.
Okay.
Oh, we're alone. Uh-oh. No. Okay, this will be weird. The court will now be for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't came back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Gluk.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Gluk.
Me, partner, I'm just a man, same as you, wondering the trials of civilization.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. That's my name. If you listen hard enough, you hear the howling wind calling it out.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I never heard Edgewood described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? The Desperado soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's the best we get on with this quickly. Please share us your testimony of the day of the crime, in plain old English. Oh, must I really have to, partner?
Yeah, partner. I will explain everything to you.
My job was keeping an eye wary of that bone courtyard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but it ain't my style. Besides, the room was protected by 2 security systems anyway. Remember right, it was the street's side saloon at the time it went down. As I was an innocent traveling man, if you were not out of ammo, it's time to hit the trial. And that was in plain English. I can't say you particular care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't know you see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader.
Oh, there was another camera. Oh.
I recommend even a cowpoker like you know about those. Pretty well. What about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated lockers? That's kind of new. Fraggle doohickey are those? He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines, or with following orders.
Everyone got their weakness, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Wait, I need to say it correctly. This seems like trouble. Okay, Miss Wright, he's all yours. Put him in the cuffs! Okay, what am I supposed to do with this one? Hello? Thank you.
He said cameras. We saw only 1 camera evidence that day. Right?
Yeah.
He said cameras. So there is another one.
1, 2, 3%. May I, dear Watsons?
Go ahead.
Sira?
Yeah.
Objection! Officer Marshall, does this strike you as odd? This is you being called in the testimony like this. After all, weren't you in the security room at the time of the crime? You dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a large trail behind the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen really good, partner. Like I said, I'm a caretaker of the crypt. I pay my respects and that's make my rounds once a month. That's only my natural fingerprints should be in there. Only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. What do you mean, partner? Witness, what is the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene. Blood was wiped away, however. Testimony clearly revealed this. However, well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Huh?
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Most of all, why is he carrying a poncho? He can be easily hiding the mark where the blood was. If it is his, of course.
True.
No, we can't actually see. Wait, we can. I want to double check something. We couldn't really see the face, and we'll just want to make sure that we're on the right topic. Okay, we didn't see his face yet. Earrings. So I saw fact he had earrings. Saw that correctly? But Goodman doesn't wear earrings, and I saw him having an earring, if I'm saying it correctly. You saw that too?
Show it again, bro.
Take a good look when we see him at the locker, literally at the locker. For a brief moment, I see earrings. Take a good moment now.
It looks like an earring, that's for sure, but it's hard to tell.
And here I don't see anything near that point of view.
In fact, his hair in that shot doesn't look the same as it should be.
Indeed, there are a lot of elements missing already. Can it be indeed Jake Marshall that has been framing?
Or maybe it was that other guy with the white hair.
That can be also true, but...
Actually, no! Look at his hair, bro! Look at that guy's hair again!
Yeah, again, the beard is still there.
But look at the way it's going around his ears. That kind of looks like an earring in a way, but it's
True,
also...
But it is not... You cannot see if it is going like an earring. It's more like he has his hair hidden. He has his ears here hidden, so maybe he is the one who's carrying earrings.
Maybe. I still think it's that guy with the white hair, though.
True. Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. Okay, here we go again. Ugh.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room.
one of them happened to be the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The other murderer touched the locker that where my fingerprint has to be the chance. But the bloodstain that has fingerprints are completely unrelated. Or did you know the murderer were gloves? How does he know that?
He's wearing gloves. Oh, technically.
So, how did he know that the murderer was wearing gloves?
Maybe he is.
Well, he would have seen the security footage as well, bro. Because he's meant to be the security officer for that place, so he would have seen the gloves being worn.
Good point. You have a good point there. So yeah, I had nothing to do with it. The witness explains appears valid. There is room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy is hiding something. I can feel it. Shh. Like my revolver is ready. Ooh, ow. Oh, I hit my headphones. Ow, that hurts. Okay, so I have to press on the first part.
Bloodstained fingerprints.
Bam, hold it. That's because how do you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. And one more thing. That locker happened to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. The locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. That's all in there now that there is a heap of broken dreams.
Yeah, wait.
Hold on a minute. That cloth that we saw hanging out, can it be the same cloth that was on that day of the murder? That took place
No,
there?
it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been because it was it was covered in dust. So or was that wrong? That's something else.
True, but it can be. You never know. I see.
Possible.
It wouldn't be strange if my prints weren't all over the locker. Apparently his fingerprints data never been removed from that locker's programming. I've been using that fingerprint lock all the time without even knowing it. Was his fingerprints updated in the courtroom? Okay, so now we press on the 5th statement. Okay. How do you know that? I'm being a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the records.
There was a bloodstain at this scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
Again. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Well, yeah, I think we tried that too. That would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to the place there, and on top of them, Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Partner. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? Sally, we do. The picture? This seal of blood in the desert. It's just food for the buzzard.
which means it's not important.
There's only one reality, and that's this. Goody tape? As long as my trial isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider where you are going with this customization. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Did we lose that?
Hmm?
Did we lose that particular argument?
No, not yet.
Not really. You see, the bar is still full.
Yep.
Hmm.
Bad, it wasn't me in that video, right, partner?
What do you mean by that? You want to tie me down to this crime, isn't that right, partner?
I'm slowly falling asleep.
Kinda the same here. So, that's video is the only direct evidence you have. The video is that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. What's places you can't see? Camera panning back and forth before is shown. Someone who was familiar with the camera position should leave the room without being caught on tape.
Aha! We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, you can show us evidence in this tape. Indicates Marshall was a peasant. Please do so. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now, then let's have another look at the video. Show us the incredible evidence of the witness. Sorry, Jack. Just scrolling as fast as I can. Going way too fast. Huh?
Oh, wait! Bro, you were
Guys,
right!
Look!
You were totally right! It's not there!
Look here!
Oh my gosh, it's
Justin
not
is on the
there!
same page as me! We found it!
And when the camera zooms back, you can see that it is there. Not that
And
time.
The thing is not lit.
And
They're
then
gone.
it goes one last time back there, and bam, there it is.
Got him. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. If I'm mistaken, I'm afraid you will soon not forget, Mr. Marshall, Officer Marshall. Days are short in Texas, and there are tempers. If you sum what up, you say 8 words or less. Very well. You've clearly been seen in this video. Exactly, Abel. Not bad, partner. Key. It's in a curtain locker shown in the video. Locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witness, I believe. Then let's rewind the video a bit. Can it any go faster? I've seen things going way faster than this. You guys?
Yeah, me too.
Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? Crime took place. White cloth wasn't there. And when it suddenly appeared, there's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order. That's... Hold your orders. Of course, it's sorry, partner, but you're with the wrong man.
Okay, what happened? I was distracted by my mom.
Okay, bro. Refresh.
Basically, the footage shown was Jake Marshall was actually there on the day of this supposed murder, and the evidence for that was the fact that a napkin or some kind of white cloth was sticking out of Marshall's locker, even though the camera had not seen that before the murder took place.
Indeed. And I can even, if you want, show it for you. Take a good look at the most left locker.
You can fast forward it, I think, bro.
I can't fast forward it. I can only go back.
Oh,
Okay. Go back. Back
Okay.
to the
So let me see.
most left locker.
So look at that
No.
locker now. There's nothing there, right?
No cloth, yes.
Alright, so we go forward to just after Officer Meekins is attacked.
So we
Yeah,
and I
there
can't
comes,
necessarily fast forward
there
it.
comes Meekins, yes.
There's still nothing there.
No.
Here comes
And
the
after
attack.
that, here comes it out and burp, 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 and then boop, 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 boop,
And
and
still no cloth.
still not. And after that, we see
Meekins
Mr. on the ground, yeah. Well, this dude is gone. And
then-
after that, let me see. There is a cloth.
There's the answer.
Aha.
No,
Mm-hmm.
repeating again? That's repeating.
Which means Jake Marshall was actually there.
Because it's his locker.
That's his mother.
Because if we review
So-
to the locker that was where the fingerprint was shown, found on the bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker, the print was wiped.
So it had to have been him.
Correcto mundo. What if it was my locker was open? Doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Vernon needed to hide something, so he opened up a locker and stuck in it. My fault, he happened to choose mine. On contrary, my dear friend, but the lockers are supposed to be only opened by a single fingerprint unlockable. So if they wanted to open your locker, you'll have one great problem. They needed your fingerprint.
Thing is, he wouldn't know that. He said he didn't know what the fingerprint things were.
Indeed.
So,
So, or he
that
is
still sounds
lying,
me.
or somebody is counterfeiting the programming. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm the wanted man? Guy isn't just playing dumb. I agree. Not playing dumb. He doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade. You're the one who's only can. You're the only one who can open the particular locker. Oh yeah? I call you for a bluff. You say I opened the locker, now prove it.
Sure, buddy. Where's the lucky thing? Here. Send it. Oh, fingerprint sensor. And look at that. Talked about this earlier today. Locker can only be opened by detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that doesn't know fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? I need the beef jerky. I got only 1 word for your partner. No. Okay. I'm lost. Order, with us. Explain yourself. If this is a joke, it is the worst I ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Hold up. Please answer the question. Okay, that's like you.
Yeah.
No, it says this.
Olay!
Ole! Please answer the question.
Olay!
Ole! What?
But is he now
Isn't he
a
now a
bullfighter?
bullfighter?
That's right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. Please look at these 4 plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. That Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. That's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. Only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah. Officer Marshall was standing right here. Where that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up as Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at this crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he didn't know for sure.
May I point out that Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman testified about the man's reaction when confronted. Wanna do this again or not needed, Sira?
No need it.
This. Yeah, we know. Oh, come on, we don't need that flashback. Thing about the officer story puzzled me. The man had his ID. Why didn't he? Yes, he should have needed it to enter the evidence room, though he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple, he couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on this ID card. Oh, I get it. Viewer showed that his cover had been blown. Officer Meekins should have realized that the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say, Officer Marshall? God, quite an imagination, partner. You got a term for these called certain stances of evidence.
He's still denying it.
Gonna have a better than that to be a detective. Unless you have heard of hard evidence proving I was dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for you. I'm aware of the position. I can't say I care for you, Beard. You're going to see me complaining. On Miss Wright, do you have an evidence proving beyond the shadow of doubt? Officer Marshall dressed as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you are the one who is taking a desert heat.
This can't be happening. Probably he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Huh?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
Why are you used to tell me?
Phonics! Try thinking outside of the box.
Marshall was in disguise. Maybe I should look in evidence came out because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
He didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense argument, Officer Jake Marshall, dressed up as the good minute at the time of the crime, the minute it was, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to our answered questions. Don't have any witness, so this video is my only shot. Very well, let's take another look at this security tape. Minute the crime, the witness opened the locker and put away the white cloth. Please show us the witness had to open. Oh, there it goes again. Ugh. And the stupid music. But we kind of already figured out why, didn't we?
Yeah, because of that white cloth, right?
No. What happened here?
What, that he was attacked? Oh! Wait, what is that?
It's supposed to be a white cloth. Or at least a coat.
Right.
What happened here?
It's been painted. It was some. Oh, wait, no.
He got injured in the hand.
Right. And his blood gets on the white coat, yeah?
Let's just review a bit. Okay, so... Okay, take a good look. He got cut in the hand, so he was bleeding. He hurted his hand. Meekins grabbed his hand, his left hand, under his right shoulder. He gets thrown, he got knocked out. What's left?
And there's blood
Bingo!
from Officer Meekins.
Indeed.
For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman. Entered the evidence room. Thought I don't know what to what end yet. But, however, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins brought in on you. Asked to show your evidence, your ID, hold a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked. The white cloth you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that. You hide the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner.
Called it. Okay, guys, this is gonna end now, and now we actually figured out what happened there.
Yeah.
I think this is where we're gonna end off, and I need to prepare dinner. And I think Shira's gonna have dinner soon, and Justin is probably going to head to bed. And if he doesn't, we're gonna spank him to bed. So yeah, guys, we will see you next week. We don't know when we'll be recording again, but we're getting very close to the end. To this 3-parter of the game, or at least the first part of the game, let's say that, because there are 3 parts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Litty, there are 3 parts. This is a trilogy, Sira.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, guys, have a nice day, and we will see you next week. Peace!
Peace.